Well, this is a topic that I never thought I'd have to discuss, but it's still going on, so I do have to bring it up. And yes, still going on. I'll bring up more of that later in the video. I generally don't care all that much if people like or dislike my videos because people are people, they're gonna do whatever the hell they want. Even if you try to tell them to do something, they'll generally end up doing whatever they want because it's humanity. It's just the way we work. Also, because of my line of work, and yes, I'm gonna call it work even though I'm not making any money off of this at this point in time, if you're in my line of work, which would be critiquing other Far Cry 5 arcade maps, you're generally expected to take your own medicine every now and then. I've witnessed a lot of different reactions from others when they find out that I've done a playthrough or a first impression of their map and put it on YouTube. There's been both positive and negative, to all different kinds. I've even had a negative reaction from one guy when I actually said positive things about the map, which that was quite funny. And of course I've had the opposite, where I've said negative things about their map, and they've actually been positive about it. There's a whole bunch of different people in the world, and that's what makes it so impressive, especially when they're making a map. Anyway, the one reaction that I used to get every single month ever since I started filming Far Cry 5 content was a complete disliking of my YouTube videos. It was just like a nuke bomb. People would end up putting a dislike. Don't really know if it's the same person or if they're getting their friends together, but they used to do that, and it was just a big flood, even on videos that they'd never really seen. They would try and put a dislike on as many videos as possible. There was one time during a live stream, I was doing the Journey Maps 100 special, and that one was being filmed live just because, well, it was a special day. It actually reached the 100 mark. Anyway, during the live stream, I got 7 dislikes within an hour. 7 dislikes versus 1 like. And I'm assuming that it was probably just one person because all of a sudden, an hour later, the dislikes were completely gone. They had disappeared. It was as if they were never there. But the views that I got from all that, apparently, were still there, so it ended up having the opposite effect. It was the strangest thing, because I peeked over and noticed that an hour later, the dislikes were completely gone. And I still have no idea what happened to those dislikes, too. But there was another incident, the most recent one, where I ended up getting another nuke dropped on me of dislikes. And it happened in early July of 2019, where I ended up getting like 5 dislikes, not on the same video. They were all on different videos, so this person was actively trying to nuke the channel. I'm assuming it was the same person because, once again, I woke up the next morning and the dislikes were completely gone. They just vanished, and I have no explanation as to what happened to them. All I can say is based on pure speculation, and that's never the safe thing, because there's a saying that I learned from Mass Effect 2 that applies to every YouTuber out there, and the saying goes, "Assumptions are dangerous. Be cautious, be safe." I don't know if anyone's heard that line before, but it's a great line, even though it was only spoken by an NPC. At the same time, though, I still have to maintain an integrity with the audience and build their trust, because without them, this channel will never grow or succeed. So they're all I got. My subscribers, they're what matters, so I'm gonna be straight up with them. This is all based on hypothesis and should not be taken as fact, because I do not know the actual answer, but I believe that my channel is currently being protected by YouTube, that maybe it's done so much critiquing over the months that if YouTube's actually decided to take note and step in and protect me from anyone that's going to go and put a whole bunch of attacks of dislikes. That's really the only explanation that I currently have, because I wish that I knew more. I'm in the dark as much as anyone else. Again, this may not be true, and it might just be one big coincidence. But I remember that there is this YouTuber, his name is Albert Effin Wesker. I think that's his name. Anyway, he said during one of his live streams that dislikes don't matter. That dislikes will actually help the channel because it's a reaction, and that the YouTube metrics system is just looking at it that way. So that if you're trying to destroy a channel, you're not supposed to do anything. and that you're actually supposed to pretend the channel doesn't exist. Like, never click on it, never click on the videos, don't even click on the channel, period, and that's how the metric system works. That clicking on a dislike is just actually going to promote the video. That's what he said. It's not word for word on that, but it's very similar. And I don't know if that's actually true. I went and researched that. I went and researched what the likes and dislikes actually do. I couldn't find anything conclusive. The only thing I found is that it affects the metric system or the net change. That's something that only YouTubers can see privately. But we YouTubers do not have any control as to who puts a like or dislike on our videos. Terms of service prevents us from being able to directly interfere. But we have to let our audience decide how they feel about our content. Now, we are able to decide the visibility of the likes and dislikes, but that's pretty much it. We're at the mercy of everyone else. The only way we can interfere comes at a major cost long term, especially to our audience trust. Anyway, it's to terminate the entire video completely. Don't worry guys, this isn't going to be a problem with my channel. None of my videos are going down unless absolutely necessary. This whole situation is very confusing and I'm going to have to watch over very closely. If any new information comes to light, I'll be sure to let you know. But likewise, if you guys know anything, let me know too, because this is my life and blood, and this is stuff that I'm going to need to be informed about. Anyway, that's all I wanted to discuss. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!